So what we discussed yesterday, we created the input validator, password validator and tic-tac-toe. And I have left a bug here. Lot of you have solved also and shared the link. Those who are yet to complete, do it. Event in JavaScript. Okay, so what exactly is an event? If we have to define event in general terms, what it is? Function? Huh? If we have to define event in normal terms, what it is? Event in normal terms, activity. Okay. Apart from activity, what is an event? Mhm. In real life, what is an event? Any kind of program is an event. Any kind of gathering is an event, right? Any kind of interaction is a event. So here, if we have to create a curated definition from all the terms of event, so event can be defined as the interaction, activity, or occurrence of any particular program. That is an event. Why we are discussing these events? Why we are discussing these events? So let's try to understand that thing also, that what is the requirement of learning events. So here we are going to have a very simple task, that there will be one input box. In that input box, you can type a task, and if you press enter or any button, then that task should be added as a data. So let's say here I will create index.html and script.js. So here we have created an input box, and below this input box I'll just create a button that add task. And the same question is asked in Oracle, Intel, and IBM. And this question comes by a name as this, chips input. This is the name of this question, chips input. This question has been asked in Oracle, Intel, and IBM till now, right? Yesterday I told you password validator and input validator, they are asked 1,000 times till now in front end developer interviews. And this chips input is asked for almost senior positions. So what is this chips input? Means it's like a to-do list. So here I will, let's say you want to create a task that learn JavaScript. Click on add task. This task should be added in the window. Then next, third, like that. So very simple, we can do it. Here I will create a paragraph. To this I will give a ID as T1. Now to this button, we will just write a on click event and any function we can call, let's say add task function we will call. In JavaScript, we will define this function add task, and we will go to document getting the element by its ID. ID is T1, and inside the inner HTML of this T1, we will add the value of document dot get element by ID. The input box should have a ID as INP dot value. So that is what we are doing. So let's try to check it. Here, if I'm writing a task as learn.js, this task has been added. And if you want to make this input box empty after adding the task, so here you have added in the next line, go to document, get element by its ID, ID is INP, its value make empty. Anything you can write here as a task added. What if I want to add the second task? Removing the first one, then adding the second one. If we want to control it, we have to create multiple paragraphs T2, T3, T4, T5, like that. But do you know how many tasks user will enter? User can enter one task and user can enter 100 tasks. It means that if we are creating the static element, you don't know that how many task user will add, and HTML don't have brain. Now let's say inside this, if I am creating three empty paragraph for an example, and user has added only one task. User has added only one task, learn Java. But it is looking cool. But once you are going to inspect and checking the size of your, so you will see that there is a paragraph with ID T1 whose value is learn Java. All the three paragraphs are empty because HTML don't have the brain that if these paragraphs are empty, so I should remove it. If these paragraphs are empty, I should remove it. So what is the actual way of handling the thing? We should give the right to JavaScript. So here, instead of giving this right to HTML to create a element or tag, we should give this right to JavaScript, because JavaScript has brain and JavaScript will only create the elements that are required. It will not create any unnecessary element. That is why we have to discuss event in JavaScript, right? That is why we use events in JavaScript. We require event. We require event in JavaScript because we want to handle the things, and here by the things we means elements and their event by using JavaScript instead by using HTML. We want to handle the things by using JavaScript instead of HTML. What kind of event? This button is having an event of on click, right? This is an event when user will click on this button. So this on click is an event. I will not write on click here to this button. I will write it using JavaScript. I will give the ability to my JavaScript that you should work in JavaScript. So there is a function as add a task. Before this function, I will write a line. To this button, I will give a ID as btn. Now in JavaScript, we will mention document dot get element by ID. ID is btn. By writing this line, the entire button tag will come. To this only, I will write on click. To this only, I will write on click. Whenever this button is getting clicked, what will happen? Equals to this function. Understood? That we just called the button in JavaScript and gave on click here. That on click you were writing there. Now we are writing inside JavaScript. Right? So whatever task you are adding is getting added. The on click is getting handled by the JavaScript instead of HTML. Why we are required to do this thing? By using JavaScript so that JavaScript can dynamically manage them. HTML will load everything statically. And if JavaScript is managing something, it will be faster in nature. Right? If HTML is loading something, then it will be slow in nature. So that are called the events in JavaScript. In terms of web development, we can say that an event is like a signal from user. Now, signal means user can give any signal by doing a click. User can do anything by key press, right? By mouse over, mouse leave, mouse up, down, right click, left click. So a user can do these kind of things. Now let's say this is my website. Now in this website, what I want that when my button is, I took the cursor to this button and removed the cursor. I did some signal. So all these things are called event in JavaScript, and these are the signals given by the user. Now user can give a click signal, a key press, key down. Lot of others are there that we will talk here. Okay. So these are the events in Java script. In JavaScript, in JavaScript, generally we have three type of events. Generally we have three type of events. User can create any event by mouse. Those are called mouse events, keyboard events, keyboard events, and then third one is media event. Media events, music player, play pause kind of thing that are called inside the media. Here we also have the form event. Form event, that form action method, on change, on input. We discussed about on change, on input. Those are called form events. So here we will not mention them form events as they are already discussed. We have already discussed the on change and on input. So what we have in the mouse event, how many event we can do by using mouse? Commonly used mouse event means by using your mouse, how many things you can do? Click. We can click by using mouse. We can do DBL click. Means if you want something, double click. DBL click means double click. You know how this thing is handled. You didn't notice till now in your laptops that if you want to open any app, you have to double click on that. In single click, it will not open. How that double click is handled? DBL click. Right now, let's say I want to open this books folder. So I have to double click on this. In single click, it will not get open. So how that is? That is the mouse event DBL click. The next one you have is mouse down. Mouse down. Mouse down means that the scroll button of mouse is pressed. Mouse button is pressed. Then here you also have the mouse up. Mouse up. Mouse up means mouse button released. Here you were pressing this button and then you release this. That is the mouse up. Then you have mouse over. Mouse over. It is something like hover property. It is something like hover property of CSS. But in JavaScript, we call it as mouse over. Then we have mouse out. When mouse left the element. Means when mouse left it. When mouse left the any element at that time, that is the mouse out. So these are the events that we can do by using mouse. So let's try them one by one. Click, already I told you that on click this will work on the button. Now here instead of this on click, if I am trying to write on DBL click, on DBL click. Now this button will only add the task if you are making the double click. In one click, is it working? Working? Double click should come continuously like this. Double click should come continuously. Let's say you take a pause one time and second time. Doesn't matter. Double click should come continuously. Then only it will add the task. So understood how these things are opening in two times. Why not one time? Because double click is working on that. That is how you can write the double click mouse event. Same way, mouse down. This mouse down we will discuss later. Till then, mouse over and mouse out, I will tell you. Mouse over is like hover property. Now let's say I will create a heading here with the ID as head. Some random heading I will keep. I will go to document, finding a element by its ID. ID is head. Head dot. Here I will say mouse or on mouse over. On mouse over. Whenever the mouse is going over the heading, what it will do? It will call a function. Function as any function name you can write. And function ABC. And what you will do? Again, you will go to document, find the element by its ID, ID as head. Then in inner HTML, you can write mouse is over me. Mouse is over me. Refresh. So here you see that whenever our mouse is going over the heading, it is changing that mouse is over me. But when mouse is leaving this, it is not going back to its previous phase. So mouse out function. On mouse out. In on mouse out, again it will become hello world. Now when mouse came over it, it is saying mouse is over me like this. Right? Can we do this thing by using CSS hover? No. By using CSS hover, we can only change the design of this. But if we want to change the text, for that we have to use Java script only. So that is mouse over and mouse out. Now here, let's try to understand this mouse down. So what we will do, I will give a ID to body as anything main. Body has ID as main. At first, I will call the body inside the JavaScript that is main. To this, I will give on mouse down equals to, it will call a function as ABC, any function name because we are not calling. It will go to document, find the element by its ID. ID is main. It will change the style of this. In style, it will change the background color to red. It will change the background color to red. Now this is our body, right? So here we are pressing the left key. But when you pressed it one time, in that only it changed the color. But when I'm removing the key, it should also change the color. For that, mouse up. Document dot get element by ID, or same thing I will do. Here on mouse up, in on mouse up, what we will do, changing the color to white. So here when we are pressing the key, it's red, removing the key, it's white. Okay. So these are all the mouse events that you can attach to any element. Got it? Got it or not? These are all the mouse event that you can do with the mouse. And they will be attached in the same way, by the way. I will just write a example for it. Document dot get element by ID. ID is main. Inside this dot on mouse over. It means that whenever mouse is coming over this equals to, it will run a function. Now you know this function is directly getting called change color. This change color function is getting called directly here on mouse over. And you can attach all of them in the same way. Okay, like this. These are all the events of mouse. Here we have events of keyboard also. Commonly used events of keyboard. The first one is we have is key down. Whenever you are pressing the key down. Then again you one have that is key press. What is the difference between key press and key down? Oldest method which is deprecated now. We don't use this method now. It is deprecated. Means JavaScript is saying please stop using this. We can remove it anytime. That is meant by deprecated. We have key down and key up. We have key down and key up. Got it or not? Okay. So where we use these kind of things. So again, I will create that environment of adding a task like this. So to this button, we can give a task that button dot on click. I got the point or not? So button has a ID as btn. To the on click of button, we can give a function of add task. And what it will do, go to document, get the element by ID. ID is T1 in its inner HTML. It will set the value by taking it from input box. Added. But what I need that I don't want to click on this button means button is not available. This button itself is not available. And I want to add the task. Let's say learn JavaScript. I want to add this task and there is no button. Enter. But enter will not work directly, right? Enter will not work directly. You press enter, doesn't matter. So that is the keyboard event now. That is not the mouse event. Mouse event means you can click somewhere, you can take the cursor somewhere. But keyboard event is pressing the enter or any other key. For that, we have key down. Key press is removed now. So my input box has the ID as INP. So here I will just simply say the document dot get element by ID. ID is INP dot on key down. In VS Code, if you check on key press is written with a strike throw, means don't use it now. Instead of this, use on key down. This is a new method. In whenever any key is pressed inside this input box, it will call a function of ABC, function of ABC. And what it will do, it will just print to the console that key is pressed. Key is pressed. Just to check that key is pressed. So refresh, go to inspect, go to console. Here I will press Q W E R T Y U I O P and enter. So whatever key I am pressing here is getting noticed by the JavaScript. Now, does JavaScript know this, that what key I am pressing? Arey, no, it knows. So whenever you are typing something in your WhatsApp, Instagram, but you are not sending it to someone, they knows. How many of you know about Telegram? I think everybody knows about Telegram. So when Telegram was launched in a starting phase, like I think 2015 or 16, maybe that period. And if someone is typing to me, if I am opening their chat, I will see that what message they are typing to me. But for security reasons, Telegram removed that feature very soon. Right? If somebody has used it, they might know. Maybe 2015 or 16. So if somebody is typing, they are not sending message, they are just typing hi, hello, what. You know this thing because that is getting tracked actually. So let's see how it is getting tracked. So till now my JavaScript know this thing that on key down, it has the ability to call a function. Any key, doesn't matter what kind of key you are pressing. So here I will do one thing, that this function of ABC will have an event. This function will have an event, and we are printing the same event to console. We don't know what is this event. We are just printing it. So let's go to console now. Refresh. Here I will print type something. Here it is printing keyboard event. Event means that is the keyboard event. And if you open this, you will see key equals to Q. That you pressed Q this time. What you pressed? Q. Inside the key section. So event dot key. Okay, close it. This time I will press enter. Can you see this? Key equals to enter. Whatever key you are pressing, it will notice that inside event dot key. So what we need, that this section should add a task. So here at first I will check if event dot key equals to and enter is a string, and if you check properly, there E was capital. So if event dot key is equals to enter, means if user is pressing the enter key, then do the same thing. Go to document dot get element by ID. ID is T1. Inside its inner HTML, set the value by taking from input box. Like this. That go to event. If you are pressing any other key, then directly add. So let's try. Only when the enter key is pressed, it will add the task. Doesn't matter what other key you are pressing. But once you press the enter key, it will add the task. These are the mouse event. Then what is the mouse on key up event? Same thing, same task, same everything. Here I will write a task, learn JavaScript, and I am pressing the enter key. And I have pressed the enter key, but it is not working. It will work when I am lifting my finger over the key. Means they know that whether you are pressing the key or you are removing the key press. Right? That is how the tracking works. They track you every single minute. That either you are pressing the key or you are removing the key press. Let's say here I will write another task ABC and I have pressed the key now, but it is not working. Once I remove the finger, now it is working. On key up, when keyboard key is coming upwards, but when you are writing on key down, so when key went down, it will work at that time only. Work, that is the mouse event. Sorry, keyboard event. On key down and on key up. So like that you can write these things. These are the events of keyboard that you can do by using your keyboard. So it has these two only, on key down and on key up. There was one on key press, but it is deprecated as of now. What the hell? Okay. So like this, you can do key up and key down. Form event already I told you, submit, action, on change, on input. Then comes your media event. Media events are generally used in your music player kind of thing, when you can play or pause a song or like that. So whenever we are building the music player, at that time I will tell you that. Okay. So media event. These events are used inside the multi, or these events are used to handle the multimedia data. Multimedia data and by giving an ability to play or pause the data. Right, so here you will be having the play and pause of the data. So here you will be having play and pause. This you will only understand when we are building the music player, to be discussed with music player. We will build a music player, don't worry. Building the music player is very easy. What is the difficult thing? That at one time only one music should play. That is difficult in that. You can add simply multiple divs, one picture, one audio tag in bottom. You build the music player. You build the music player or not? Yes. But handling that at one time one music should play, that is difficult thing. Right? That is the difficult thing. So these all are the events in JavaScript that you can handle. Here we have one more thing that is generally called add event listener. What is that? Add event listener. All these things are really unnecessary. Like this is not even required, but what we have to do. So what is this add event listener? This is a method of JavaScript. By using this method, we can handle the events in a more structured way. In a more structured way. So I will write an example for it. Okay. If I am writing something like this, document dot get element by id, id is btn dot on click equals to function of change color, and then we will go to button, we will write a style dot color equals to red. You understood this or not? What we are doing, we have added a on click to the button. Now same thing we can do by using add event listener. So you will be actually doing same thing just by using add event listener. So how you will do? First you will call the button. To this button you will say that dot add event listener, and always remember function and method names are written in lower camel case. So button dot add event listener. To this you have to provide the two things. First is type of event. What is the type of event? Click. This time don't provide on click. And second is what function it will call. Change color. And the same function will be described somewhere here. Same two lines written in three lines. That is the only use of this. So let's try. Here what we are doing. Okay, so we are doing something like this. Okay. To this button, let's say add a button also. Add task button. We will go to document and get the element by ID. ID is BTN. I will add a event listener to it. What is the name of event? Click. And what it will do? It will call a function add task. Now you have to define function of add task. This function will go to document, finding one element with the ID T1, and inside that inner HTML, it will set the values by taking from input box. Okay. Got it? Function of add task. Let's try it now. Added. Same thing. The work which can be done in 2 lines, we will do it in 3 lines now. Right? Same thing. That add event listener. What is the event? Click event. Which function? Add task function. Right? But here also you can do it in 2 lines. Here also you can do it in 2 lines. I'll tell you how. We can use arrow functions with add event listener. We can use arrow function with add event listener to write the things in a shorter way. And if you are thinking that which one we should use, it totally depends on you. There is no such method that you should prefer. Document dot get element by ID. ID is BTN. Inside this, you will call a add event listener. What is the name of event? Click is the name of event. Instead of calling a function add task, here only create a arrow function. Small brackets, arrow, and curly bracket. This is the definition of arrow function, right? And we write our code inside the curly bracket. Write the code inside curly bracket. That go to document dot get element by ID. ID is BTN. Inside you are changing the style, you are changing the color to red. Simple. Here also, then why we have different methods? JavaScript was not having anything to give as the update. This is the reality actually. There is always a competition between Java and JavaScript. So in 2010, Java said that now we will give update every 6 months. Even if world is ending, we will give update after every 6 months. So after that, Java is giving update in March, in the month of March and in the month of September. This year also we have got it in March. We got it on 80th March this year. A new up version of Java. Next is coming in September. But Java has things that they are giving new. JavaScript don't have anything new. So they added this add event listener method that okay, the code of 2 lines should be written in 3 lines, which can only be, yes, that is a true thing actually, right? That is the add event listener. And these are the events that we can do by using JavaScript. Mouse event, click, DBL click, mouse down, mouse up, mouse over, mouse out. Keyboard event, key down, key up. Media event, play and pause. And that we will discuss with a music player. Okay. So let's try to build a real time thing. That is your Spotify. So we will try to build the Spotify today. And in this, we will try to build the working. So like this, you can play these songs. So here we will show these five songs we will show here, or you can show any number of song, right? But the reason that I want to build Spotify is different. This Spotify website has two section, right side and left side, where left side will scroll separately and right side will scroll separately, right? It's the actually the CSS property. At that time I forgot, so now I remember, so we'll just discuss it. So that is what we are going to build, but we will not build with the Spotify logo and other things. Reason is GitHub will bookmark it and may blocklist your website. We will create it with by our own name. Okay. So let's start. Any name that we can give to our music player? Something unique. And I am very bad at these things. I never listen songs and also I don't know these things. Any name that we can write? Sonore. Yeah, we can write, but it's like you are forcing someone that hey, listen my song. Sunofy, Shivam's music, where Shivam doesn't even know anything about music. So we can't write anything here, right? Shivam's music. Music buzz. These are like very be the softy shy kind of, but not looking good. Share something. My music. Reso, Vivolt. Mhm. Mm. Music world. Love beats. Golden melodies. Ask to ChatGPT. True music. So all these comments that we are getting are coming from ChatGPT only. We don't need to search. They are already searching and sending it here. See source. No, 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 no. Music Express. I don't know why I didn't like the anyone till now. Huh? Eco City. ECO. Eco is something which is like eco-friendly kind of thing. It's has not बस बजना चाहिए गाना. Vintage. Vintage. MTV Beats. What is this MTV? ECHO. Eco City. Okay. Eco is related to sound. Musify. Don't know why. Till now, no one is hitting with my brain. None of the name is hitting. JS music. What is JS? JavaScript music. Hmm? Swaha. Swar. HTML, CSS, JS. सुनो दिल से. सुनो कान से. दिल से कैसे सुनेंगे भाई? संगीत. All the names are feeling like outdated. Okay, so whatever suggestions you are giving, write it in your project. I am just going with Istrio Hertz. So let's start creating this music app. Whatever music name that you like, you keep it in your project, okay? Just don't keep Spotify and all famous ones. Because if you are pushing their website to GitHub, then GitHub will blocklist your website and you will get a dangerous site warning. So create a unique thing, means don't copy the content. That is not allowed. So now we need a logo for this AI logo generator. Design website we will use for it. Again here, stereo hertz. And we can change this text. Text doesn't matter. You can edit it. Uh, This hurtful design text I will change to stereo hertz, and this slogan we will remove. Simple. Now, nothing, just take a screenshot because they will not allow you to download it for free. So take two screenshot or one is fine only. Okay. And then go to remove.bg website because we need to remove these grid lines. Upload there. Mm, दीवाने जानते हैं, चल में क्या मसला है, Okay, so we got the logo. Just copy paste it to the same folder where we are working currently. Done. I will just rename it with the name logo.png. Let's prepare the code now. And we will link, change the title, that is stereo hertz, blinking the icon. Start it now. Okay, so done. Spotify, we will just open for a reference. Don't talk, guys. Okay. So we will build the header part first, and we are going to use all the knowledge that we have. But the first thing is our logo is not dark or bright. Means it's not in black and white, it is a reddish texture. So we will work on a normal background instead of working with a dark background. So to the universal selector, box sizing as border box, margin as 0 and padding as 0. The first part is we have to create the header. Create the header tag. At first we will show the icon, then this search box and these buttons and simple. They will not work by the way, but we will just show it. So in the header, at first we will show the icon. In icon, we will show our logo. Logo is very big, so I will decrease the width to 100. Then we will show one input box. After this, we will show three anchor tags. Premium, support, and contact. Then we will show a button of login. Okay. So let's start the things and check what we are getting. So we are getting these things in this way. We'll just adjust. So at first its width should be 50. Okay, done. Header should display means we want to align the things. If you check here, they are not aligning properly. And go back to 100. I think we are on zoom. So increase the width again. And always check that you should not be on zoom. Stereo hertz. Header is displaying flex, aligning the items in center and justifying the content in space around. Give space around, and in mobile you can wrap the flex. Flex wrap. I will not focus much on responsive design in this, that you handle. Now for this input box, I will give the designs. So here I will write header child input, means the input box which is available inside header will have a height of 42 pixel. It will have a width of 260 pixel. It will have a border of 1 pixel solid and black, and it will not have any outline. It will have a border radius of 12 pixel. Okay. Inside this font size I can increase to 14 pixel or 16 pixel. Check the font size. It should not look very big or very short. Okay, fine. Padding left to it of 10 pixel so that content is not shutting with the corner. Now to this input box, we will provide a placeholder. Search for your favorite song. Okay, like this, and all these anchor tags I will change now. So header child anchor tag. They have a underline text decoration none. Their font size 20 pixel, font color or simple color as black, font weight is 900, premium support and contact. Then we will change the login button. So header child button means directly you can write, but we will have more buttons. So the property will not apply to all of them. 45 pixel, width of fit content, padding of 12 pixel, border of 1 pixel, solid and black. No, no border. Border none. And the color of background, I will try to make something like this logo. So let's try to create the background as linear gradient. What is that color? Pink and red. You can give its direction to bottom right. Text color white. Font size 20 pixel. Font weight 900. Border radius to the button of 12 pixel and cursor as pointer. Something is problem in this. Height, width, padding. Okay. So that is the first part. After that, if you want, you can provide a HR tag, horizontal, horizontal rule. So here prepare the header. All these things will not work. By the way, these are just static ones. After the header, here you will see that there are the two part of the div, two part of the body, this left part and the right part. So let's try to create it. At first, we will prepare a div. This div has a ID as main now. It will have two child. It will have two child as left child and the right child. So let's talk about it later. At first, we will discuss about the left child. In the left child, what we are having is at first there is a div. And at the top, we are having a section as your library and then a plus icon, something like that we are having. That is also a div only. So here I will create a div. Inside this div, I will create a paragraph, your library, and then you can create one more paragraph. How to add the plus icon? Directly you can add like this, or you can add the percentage. So here we are getting them like this. You want some space. So after HR tag, give BR tag. Okay. We got the space. Your library. Fine. No problem. How we are getting it doesn't. To this left child, call it inside the CSS has left. Now I will say that left will take only this much part where my cursor is running. What will be this percentage? 30 or 20 like that. So I will say that left will only take the 30% width of the parent. Height, try to give it 600 pixel height. Now let's try to give it a background color to check how much it is taking. So 30% is bigger width. Decrease it to 20 or 25. 25. I think 25 will be much bigger. Keep it 23. Width 600 pixel is very big. Reduce the width. 300 pixel, sorry, height. 500. Keep it 400 now. Okay, like this. So this is your left part. Their parent is this main. To this main, display flex, align item center, justify content center, and it has a padding of 10 pixel. So you will get the content in a proper way. Now the right child is also there. Has right. The right child will have a width. 23% it is taking. How much is left? 77. You give 75% of the width to right child and its height will be same 400 pixel and it will take a background color as green. So like this we are getting them. I will remove this background color. Don't worry. And their parent is creating a column gap of 10 pixel between their child like this. So left, right. Now for a moment, if content is means lot of content you have added in the left side. So I will add a lot of content in the left side. Let's say I have added this paragraph. I will add the same paragraph multiple times. Okay. Okay. One more time, add this paragraph. One more time. So this paragraph is going outside of this div. If we are adding it one more time, and now if I am want to scroll it, the entire website will scroll, right? I want that this content should fit inside its parent. So what is the name of this parent? Left. I will go to left and I will say that whenever you are getting overflow because of your child, you start scrolling. Overflow, scroll. Now what will be the output? Your left side will scroll separately and right side whenever it has to scroll. Right? We got a scroll bar here. Got it? Now your left side is scrolling independently and your right side is independent. Like this, you can add scroll in the things. Got it? So now I will remove this background color red and we will start building the content. So these all paragraph I will remove from here. To this div style display flex align item center justify content space between and font size of 16 pixel. So here you got this, your library and this plus icon. You can give a padding to this div of 12 pixel so that it will leave some space. So you are getting the your library and this plus icon here. Okay. After that, create your first playlist. So these kind of things you can add here. So one more div I will add here. It has a h2. Create, what is that? Create your first playlist. It's easy. We will help you. And then a button. Create your first playlist. Then H3. It's easy. We will help you. It's easy. we will help you, and then a button, create playlist button. So here we are getting these things like this. To their div, I will write the style. At first, this div has a padding of 10 pixel. Second, this div has a background color of this. Then it has a border of 1 pixel solid and black. This is displaying the flex, aligning the items in not center, flex start, and it is flex direction is column. So we will get them in this line. Give a row gap of 10 pixel. Text color you can give as white. That is more dark. So you can keep it more dark. Okay. And button you can just adjust in the same way. To this button, background color. What's the background color? White and text color black. Background color white, text color black, font size 16 pixel, border radius 20 pixel, width as fit content, and padding is 10 pixel. Remove the border none. Okay, create playlist button. I will just copy paste this same div 2-3 times. You please change the content. Okay. So I will create them like this. So this part is scrolling separately. To the left div, I will display flex. Displaying flex, aligning the items in center, justifying the content in center, keeping the flex direction as column, having row gap of 10 pixel. Okay. So like this, left part is scrolling separately. You please build it different way. I am not building it. To all these divs, I will write one more style, border radius of 20 pixel. So the second one is having that same border radius we will give to all of them. Design is all up to you. You can design it in any other way also if you want. Okay, so left part, my main motive was to teach you the scrolling in one particular part. Okay, got it? Now come down to the next section. Even we are using some reddish color that also you can use in all these divs. So instead of this background color, something shade of reddish. Okay. Now we have to build this music part where we will be adding one picture, the music name, the singer name, and a button. This button will only visible when you are hovering. So these kind of things we will try to build. And this is the right part. Left is completed. Let's open the right part now. In the right part, at first we have a heading. Heading as trending songs. Trending songs or the favorite song or whatever text you want to write, you can write. Okay. And to this H1, I will give a style that text aligns center. I will align this text in center. So here we are getting the trending song. I will remove this green background color from right side. So here we got this trending song section. To this right container, I will give a border of 1 pixel solid and black so that we can check the area, that how much area it is occupying. Okay. Give it a border radius of 20 pixel. Fine. So that is the trending song section. Here your left will scroll differently and it will scroll differently. Now musics. Okay. So this is a div with a name, singer name and the button. Here we will create a div with the ID as song 1, right? Or list 1. List 1 means we can show a maximum of 5 songs in one row. Then for next 5 song we have to do. So 5 I will divide them. So this is the list 1. Now inside this list 1, this is one div, second div, third, fourth, fifth. We will do them like this. Okay. What about songs now? Is there any source from where we can download the actual songs? Because like this one, I have zero. Pixabay I know to download, but they are all natural sounds you will get. 10 song name. First we have to write. And we will use only those 10 songs. These can be of your choice also, as I have zero knowledge in this. You can suggest, but they should be good songs. Suggestions from all of you are welcome. Hindi, Hindi. That even I should know. मोजागा कालिया रे जो आप गुनगुनाते जो आप गुनगुनाते हो वही रख लो. Please suggest some Hindi song and suggest it fast so that we can add. I know some of the songs, but Firestorm. जाने वो कैसे लोग थे जिनको प्यार मिला मेरे रंग में रंगने वाली परी हो या परी के राह. नेशनल सॉन्ग ऑफ हिंदी. डीजे वाले. Okay, fine. Means I can't take your suggestions. I know what I have to do now. Wait, I'll try to write some of the songs that I know. Rest will take them later. So there is a song. तू इतनी खूबसूरत है फिदा दीदार में तेरे. So you have to download. I will download only two, three songs, right? I'm not going to download all the songs. Don't worry. I will just download two and copy paste the div. Let me just heard it. You will not get my voice for some time. Wait. Hope everyone is getting my voice now. And you also need to download the cover picture, right? What you have to download is the cover picture of the song. And all the pictures should be downloaded in the same way. तो इतनी खूबसूरत है फिदा दी मुकम्मल इश्क होगा जरा सुन के बता दे गलत कदमों में झुके okay, fine. Now I will add this song. Means I will add two song, but let's first fix this. Inside this list one, here you will have a div with the class as song. We will create the same class for all the song box because they are coming in the same size. At first, there is a image song1.jp easy. Then what we have is the song name. So paragraph, and I don't know its singer. So Rahat Fateh Ali Khan. Okay, so here we have added one song. Guys, don't talk. And here we are getting it like in this way. Listen, don't talk. List one. Call this inside CSS. Guys, don't talk. Give a padding of very short padding. Display flex. Align item center. Justify the content in center and give a column gap of 5 pixel. Okay. So here we will get it like this way. Now we will call the dot song div. Okay. All the images coming inside the song div will have a width of 80 pixel. Just check how much we will get. We have to increase 180 pixel. Fine. 180 pixel is fine. Increase or decrease according to your choice. Okay. And you have to mix the height also because you need to have all the same pictures in the same size. So 150 and 160. Okay, fine. All the images will have a border radius of 20 pixel. and dot song paragraph. All the paragraph will be having a font size of 18 pixel and a font weight of 700. And this dot, guys, don't talk. This dot song div will have a background color. Here we will give something the shade of red because we are following the same theme. Like this. And display flex align item in center, justify content in center. Flex direction as column. Give padding to it. Padding of 10 pixel. And this container will also have a border radius. This CSS write only one time. Give to all the containers. Text color we should keep white. And the opacity of red you can increase somewhat. Okay. Now what we will do, we need a second song. जीवन मीठेगा तुम मुझसे कहते हो This is the song 2. It will be very easy for you to uncheck the things. Who is the singer of this song? Kishore Kumar. Now, when you are adding the second song, so at first you copy paste the song div. Okay. Image source will be song 2.jpeg and song name here and the singer. As you have already written the CSS for this div class as song, you will get it adjusted properly, right? Same thing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy paste them 3 more time. You please change the things, okay? Change. First, we will prepare the structure. So here 5 songs we have added. And now I am going to copy paste this list 1. Means 5 in the next row. You can change the list 1 to list 2 or you can keep it same also. Here you will see that content is going out of the box to the who is their parent list 1. Overflow in overflow scroll it will scroll, but where it is scrolling. So there are 2 lists actually and we are giving it to wrong one. This is the right div. Who is getting overflow? Right. So we should give this property to the right child. Like this. Okay. So all the songs will be visible here. Now, if you are a song lover at 20, 30, 40, create your own music player app for you. But that is not our case, right? our case is whenever we are hovering over any song, we should get a play icon. We should get a play icon. Okay. So this is the result of HTML and CSS. If you want, you can increase the height of these left and right to 470 if you want. Otherwise, that is also fine. There is no issue in this, right? Then you will get it in this way. Okay. Now our next target is whenever we are hovering over this div, they should get a icon. We already know that how to show something by hover, how to show something by hovering. For that, go to this song div. Go to this song div. This one. That is a button only. That is a button. Create that button. In that button, I will be adding a image. Instead of writing a text, I will add a image. Go to flat icon website and search there music play or player button. Like that you search. We are following a red color theme. So which button will be looking good? Green. This one. पल पल दिल के पास तुम रहती हो जीवन मीठी पास मुझसे कहती हो कल तुझको देखा था मैंने अपने आंगन में जैसे कह रही थी तुम. So that is the play button dot png. Now add this button as a image here. So by default, where this button will be getting attached? Here, right? But we don't want this button direct to be attached directly. I will add this button in the first div, means list one and then first div here. We don't want it like this, right? And this button should have border radius first. So go to style. Where is dot song here? Whenever you are getting dot song and inside that you have a button, it will have a border radius of 20 pixel. More you give to it, 50 pixel. More, 70 pixel. And it will not have any border, or else you can try to give it a green color border. The width of this image, not width here, button tag, and to this image I will give a width of 50 here. Why we are getting this white. Okay. But button will be displaying the flags, aligning the item center and justifying the content in center. Fixed. Now this button we don't want directly. Its position as absolute, means it should float in air. It is floating. Now you can adjust it here, there, wherever you want. So from left side, it will leave a margin of 100 pixel. Check where it is coming. Okay. From left, it will leave 170. Array, we are giving top. From left side, this will leave a margin of 170. So this song should display a position as relative now, first of all. So that its child we can adjust here. So 170 for the button is much, 140, 130, 100, 110. From top also we wanted to somewhat here give top to it. At first top of 100 only I will give to check where it is coming. 130 and this is 120. Okay, right? But this button we want to only show whenever we are hovering over the div, right? So whatever the button part is there, by default display none. By default it will display none. Means it will be hidden by default. But whenever you are hovering on the song, it has a child that is button. It will display flex. Simple. Now add the same button in all the divs. Same way. And add the different songs. I am just adding 2 songs. Okay. So here check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We are getting the buttons everywhere. Sure. The next part is to play these songs. The next part is to play these song. So let's try one thing. This button will play the song. This one, right? And I have saved this song by a name song 1. 1, 2, 3 like that. So to the first button, I can give on click or not. I can give, right? I can give on click. So here I will give on click equals to play music. Play music. In JavaScript, we will define this function play music. Play music. In the here we have one song by the name song1 dot mp3. Here we have this song1 dot mp3. So what I will do, there is lot more to discuss. Here we have to give the height and width of left and right as 400 only. Why I am leaving a space is in the bottom we will show the song play pause buttons. A song player. Let's say you played this song by clicking here, but you have to stop it, na? So that I will show in the bottom part. That's why I'm not occupying this space. So let's try to add this song 1. Okay. For that, add the song 1 audio in the list 1. I will write the audio src equals to song1.jpeg. Generally, we have to write controls, then only we will get the play and pause, right? Generally, we have to write that song1.mp3. Then only we will get the play and pause. If I am not writing controls, if I am not writing controls, then we will not get the song. No problem. But song is there in the DOM. Give this song a ID. Song 1. Now, whenever this button is getting clicked, play music. So, whichever button is calling this, it will send the ID of the song. Song 1. Whichever button. Now, let's say if the second button is calling, it will send the ID as song 2, song 3, song 4, like that. And this play music will accept the song ID. Now, what this function will do? Go to document, find the element by its ID. ID is song ID, right? Here, let's save it. I will do let music equals to and print this music in the console. Console.log music just to check it's working. So refresh, right click, and go to console. What it printed in the console? Error. That play music is not defined. There is some spelling mistake then. Play music. We have not linked the JavaScript, I think. Yes. Check it again. Click. It printed something on console. Same audio. Simple. Now what I will do is instead of printing it, I will say music dot play. Music dot play. Okay. So when we are writing music dot play, so online peoples will not get my voice for. So here our song is getting played, right? Our song is getting played by clicking on this button. Now same thing you have to do with the second one, right? So same way we have to do with the second song also. For that, just copy paste the music and the button in the same way. In the second song also, but in case of second song, it will be song2.mp3. So let's copy paste the song also. It will be completed tomorrow, by the way, right? Because a lot of things are still there. Song2.mp3. Here, audio src song2.mp3. This button will play the song with ID song to change the ID of this song. Same function will work. Again, onlines will not get my voice for a moment. Just check something. So if I want to play the second song now, so here both the songs are getting played. But there is a problem in these songs. The problem is both song can run parallelly. As of now, we are not giving any option to stop one song, right? So let's say if this song is playing, So both the songs we have to handle this thing that we will handle tomorrow now, of course, not today. Let's try to make it responsive also. Okay. So that you can check the same thing in mobile today. So check the simulator. What is the problem? So header we are getting fine, right? Header we are getting fine, no problem. But these parts are having problem. Okay. For that, I will write a media query at the rate of media max width 648 pixel. In that case, that left side will be hidden. Display none. So left side is hidden in mobile now, right? Left side is hidden in mobile. Here call the right side. Right side will take the 90% width of the parent. Height it will take as fit content. Call the has list one. It will wrap the flex here by giving a row gap of 10 pixel. So you will get all the songs in this way in mobile now. Okay. Adjusted properly. Simple. Now I will deploy this to GitHub. You just check and tell me if it is working in mobile or not. तुम रहती हो I will suggest you to use Vercel to deploy this because Vercel is fast than GitHub. So at first you have to upload all the files, right? If your GitHub is not uploading all the files in one time, just use 5 or 10 files in one time. जीवन मीठी पास मुझसे कहती हो तुम पास so click on add new project and you will get stereo depository here. So just import there. Project name I will keep as stereo deploy. पल पल दिल के पास तुम रहती हो. Continue to dashboard. So here we got the link as stereo-beta.vercel.app. You can change this link also, by the way. So just check it in mobile and let me know by playing the song if they are working properly or not. But you know, in mobile, how you will get that play symbol? There is no hover in case of mobile, right? You have to click on that song, then you will get the icon. Hey, decrease the volume. How is the responsiveness? I hope it will be fine. if there is some other problem that we will fix tomorrow. Here we have some other problems, like two songs can play at single time, three can play. We have to stop this. Means we have to link all the buttons. Okay? We have to link all the buttons to each other. How we will do that? We'll discuss that tomorrow. Got it? Got it? So there for playing the song, we have the play event, music dot play. For pause, we have music dot pause. That we will discuss tomorrow now. Fine, guys. We'll connect again tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care. You can leave now.